Thank you for staying with the Hallowed Chambers. Now, my guest today is Honourable Ismail Dabo from Bauchi State, and he will be giving us more insights into the amendment process of the Electoral Act Amendment Bill and also what to expect from the National Assembly in the coming days. It's good to have you in our studio.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, this Electoral Act Amendment Bill has drawn intense public criticisms with accusations that lawmakers have weakened the electoral safeguards. Now, as a member of the House of Representatives, do you believe that this bill strengthens democracy or it simply reflects legislative convenience?
Thank you. You know, what we are doing as representatives of the people, we ensure we do what will actually help the people, what will make our electoral process better, what will make Nigeria better, and what other nation can actually see and believe that what we're doing the right thing, we're trying to make our democracy within the sub-African region one of the best. And for us to be able to do that, we must make some amendments to our Electoral Act. Amendments that will be generally accepted by the civil society, by the Nigerians, by political parties, by all active principal actors in the democratic setting. So we ensure that we put sentiment aside, we do just what is needed and what is objective to ensure our electoral process is widely accepted. So that's what we're doing.
Are you convinced that this is a document that it's pleasurable to Nigerians, all the amendments that were made? Because a lot of Nigerians have a lot to say about it.
Yes, we in the National Assembly, we don't look at party. We don't look at region. We don't look at religion. We look at objectives. We speak as one. We ensure that whatever we're doing, it is what will promote the unity of this country and what Nigerians will accept. So that is exactly what we're doing in the National Assembly. And I can assure you that after all the amendments, after the coalition and the joint committee, what will come out will be very, very clean and clear to Nigerians, and everybody will believe with what we're doing.
Okay, now the conference committee has been set up now, and harmonization of that amendment bill will be done in the coming days before it is being transferred to President Bola Tinubu for assent. Now, there's a perception that the House often defers to the Senate on critical national legislation. It just goes with the flow, with whatever the Senate says. Should that be what Nigerians should expect?
Not at all. In so many cases, we have, it is what has been passed in the House of Representatives that the Senate have to concur because of our population, because of our intense scrutiny of a particular bill or amendment. So on that note, I don't think it's true. We're equal in the setting of the legislative process. So what we have done in the House of Reps will also be looked into, and what the Senate have done, we'll join it together and see which one is the best, which one is better, which one can serve the purpose. Then we go by it.
All right, one issue that has stirred a bit of controversy, or so much controversy so far, is this electronic transmission of results. And in the Senate's version, it has retained the older one, which gives INEC permission to do as it deems fit in the election, which people say does not really change anything, still leaves room for legal tussle at the end of the day also. Or do you think that that would be reconsidered probably during the harmonization process?
You know, from past experience, you strongly believe with me that we are not yet there in Nigeria. We have critical rural areas still in Nigeria that up to date, they don't have network. How can you transmit such result? How? You must go through manual transmission of results in those critical rural areas that don't have network. And their vote must count. They are Nigerians. In fact, areas that have network, some of this network, you know, they do fail. You don't have 100% assurance that during this process, the network will be stable and results will be successfully transmitted to the INEC portal. So that's what the Senate are saying, and that's what we in the House of Reps are also saying. Though we pass the both side, but this is the argument. If you said 100% electronic transmitted, how do you achieve that? We are not yet there. We are growing. This is a baby democracy, and we're still developing in this country. Unlike other developed nations that everywhere, nook and crannies of that particular country, they have network, and it's effective and it's working. But in our case, believe me, in Abuja here, you will find some areas that still they are having network challenges, which we are experiencing it, all of us. So what we're saying in the National Assembly, we should allow INEC, they must go by the 3 provisions. They should transmit either, they can transmit in areas where they have good network. Yes, they can send their results. Areas that are rural, critical areas that they cannot send result via the electronic means, then they have to transmit the result manually.
But what I'm saying, isn't this going to take us back and, you know, lead to more legal ambiguity and all of that? That is
our position in this country. Who do you want to deny his right to vote in Nigeria? Which community? Is it the rural community that they are suffering from so many things? You still don't want them to vote, their vote to count? Is it the people living on the urban areas only that you want their vote to count? That is pure injustice. So when at the time that this country we achieved network and whatever 100%, that everywhere in this country can transmit result electronically, yes, we support it, which is the best. But as it is now, we are politicians. Let me give you an example with my federal constituency. I still have more than 7 wards that they don't have network. Yes. I still have such areas. They don't have network.
So
how do you want them? How do you want their vote to become?
Bringing NCC to the table to strengthen our technology.
I have written to all the service providers to go there and provide networks, either MTN or Glo or whatsoever, up to this moment. And some areas that have network, they will tell you that their diesel used to finish. And the service will go down for some days before the service will return. So how do you want to treat such areas? That means I will be shortchanged in my constituency. And you don't expect me to sit at the National Assembly and not say INEC should transmit results either manually or electronically. Yes, I will go by what my people will also take part in the electoral process.
All right, another issue that is stirring quite a bit of controversy is also the punishment for vote buying and selling. And the final version by the Senate retains a 2-year jail term and a 5 million naira fine, but rejected the part of the 10-year ban for offenders. Now, people are saying, doesn't this just make it more, you know, less risky? Because the politicians or whoever is found culpable of these acts have little or nothing to lose at the end of the day.
Yes, at the conference committee, we are going to look at that. If it is, before we don't have this punishment in place, when we started the democratic process in Nigeria. But now we have punishment for if you do X, Y, Z, you will receive this punishment. We'll look at it at the conference committee. If we are to step it up or to leave it the way it is, fine. Then what is best for Nigerians, that's what we are going to do.
Well, a lot of people, Nigerians, wonder why this Electoral Act amendment always happens dangerously close to election cycles, and they believe that this might also impact, credibility of elections, because if we are doing things in a rush, how do we ensure that we have a very standard, document that will help us run credible elections? Would you say that this amendment process has been thorough so far, and Nigerians have nothing to worry about in the next election?
They have nothing to worry about. We have been working since the inception of this 10th Assembly on this electoral reform matters. It's not just this aspect that we worked on. The committee has been working tirelessly. We travel to all the 6 geopolitical zones to meet critical stakeholders to discuss on these issues. So the National Assembly has been working. We're just at the tail end of rounding up. And that's when Nigerians begin to realize that, oh, these people are working on this document. We have been working on this document for a very long time. And it is time for us to pass it. And we're not late. We still have time to do all that. So we're on track, I can assure Nigerians.
Well, in the case that, these amendments are eventually passed and, we use them in the next election cycle, if there are any issues that lead to legal battles and all of that, who should Nigerians be holding accountable? Should it be the Independent National Electoral Commission, or should it be lawmakers?
Well, there must be legal battle. Even in the so-called best democracy in the world, before election they have legal battle. After election, I know a president that said he did not accept the election result and he's not going to concede defeat.
Honourable, we'll still come back to you, but that will be right after this short break. Don't go anywhere. We still have more for you on the program. Stay with us. We'll be right back. We're glad to have you back. We're still speaking with Honourable Ismail Dabo. Now, election petitioners in this newly amended, or still in the process rather, face a near impossible burden of proof, even when access to key, election materials still lies with INEC. Now, how is the House planning to rebalance this in terms of fairness?
What we did is from the beginning of the elections, you have access to check whatever INEC are using during election and after election. That's before, during, and after elections. So you have that liberty. You can ask INEC questions, and from the provision, INEC must provide those information to you. It is your right. So INEC have no right to block any information or any document that is required or by law for anybody, aside from people contesting. Civil society, individuals can have access to questions, to materials, to information concerning our elections. So it's there in the law, and we uphold all those things in the amendment. So nobody should have fear. If INEC are not giving you information, which I don't think they will do that. I don't think. And the court is there. So the parliament, the INEC court are there. We have done all that we could to make sure that everything is balanced. And I don't think we'll have any question about that or concern as far as I'm concerned.
Let's be realistic here. As a lawmaker seeking re-election, some people wonder, is it realistic enough to expect politicians to design laws that could, make it harder for them to return to office?
Yeah, what I want you to know is not just one political party that is in the parliament.
Okay.
Yes, different political party. So what we're doing, we debate. We make sure that everything is balanced. Had it been it's just one party system, yes, we can decide to say this party, everybody should return this way. You understand? And we make laws to suit our political party agenda and manifesto. It is not like that. we have different political parties and everybody is protecting his or her interest. So what we decided is to allow the process with sincerity for us to do the amendment, to make sure that tomorrow I might be there, I might not be there. If I pass laws that suit just me, what happened tomorrow? I'm killing the country. And Nigeria is bigger than anybody. So we make sure that we do the right thing. And that's why we work as a team. We don't bring party into our legislative duties. We make sure that we put Nigeria first. What can we do to project ourselves as really ambassadors, representatives of the people? That's what we're doing in the parliament.
Well, INEC's independence is often praised, and yet authority remains legally constrained. Does this amendment genuinely empower INEC, or does it maintain political control over the commission?
No, you know, we give them so many room. We make so many things easier for them in this amendment. And we give them a lot of powers as well, in terms of administration, in terms of conduct, in terms of decision making and taking. They have given us their input where we need to amend, and we have taken it so that we'll straighten them, and which we have done that. So I don't think there is any way or anywhere that INEC will have external interference due to lacuna or due to weakness in the law that established them. So I don't think so.
Well, in one sentence, what assurance can you give Nigerians that this Electoral Act serves voters more than politicians?
Yes, from what we have done so far, you can see from the debates in both chambers, we've taken so much time to debate on these issues. And I can assure Nigerians that the new Electoral Act will defend and protect your vote. If you cast your vote, be rest assured that your vote will count. Nobody can change. Nobody will change your vote. And for rigging elections, it is so difficult with this new Electoral Act for you to think that you can rig elections in Nigeria again. So I will encourage Nigerians to, one, go and get your PVC ready. That is your power. Then wait for that day. Go and vote and wait and see. Your vote will count and the winner will be declared in all the positions.
That is all on TVC News Hallowed Chambers. You can see this episode again on TVC News YouTube channel. Also, do not forget to engage with us on all our social media platforms to stay informed and updated with the latest news from around the world. Thank you for watching. I am Tijesu Adeoye. See you next time.